Adsense versus Chitika. If you run a blog and you're trying to make money off of it, you're probably looking to run ads on your web pages. Two of the most popular ad platforms are Adsense and Chitika. Now, at first glance, the two look very similar. They create text ads for the most part, and the text ads are usually related to the content. The difference is in how they relate to the content. Adsense ads are contextual. They are based on a Google index of that particular page. So if you wrote an entire page about fluffy bunnies, the ads that you're going to get are going to be about fluffy bunnies. With Chitika, the ads are targeted based on what search term somebody arrived on the page. So if you wrote an article that was mostly about fluffy bunnies, but included in the article that you keep your fluffy bunnies in your mattress, someone might arrive at your web page via mattress. And when they did that, AdSense would still be showing ads for things related to bunnies, and Chitika would be displaying ads about mattresses. And that's really the big difference in how they pick what they're going to display. In terms of the money that you make on AdSense versus Chitika, most people will find that they make more money on AdSense. But most people will find that Chitika is a little more tolerant with where you can place ads and what kinds of content you can run ads against. If you wrote a perfectly clean article about Charlie Sheen and porn stars, simply by including the words porn on the page, it's quite likely you wouldn't get an ad from AdSense. Chitika, on the other hand, would display the ad, and only if the person arrived at the site via porn rather than via Charlie Sheen would the ad not show. So depending on what your content's about, you might make significantly more money on Chitika than on AdSense. I tend to find that for my websites about gossip topics, that Chitika does better than AdSense, and that for my topics about IT and information, AdSense outperforms Chitika 20-1. So picking the right solution for your web page is the best option. There's also the option of putting both on the page and optimizing where the placements are for each. Chitika and AdSense are compatible with each other, and you can have 3 blocks from AdSense on the page and still have a block from Chitika. If you have too many ads on your page, Google will kick you out for being too spammy. But if you've got very long format content or a forum, you might use AdSense for the first 3 blocks in a long forum page and 3 blocks of Chitika, as long as you never got to the point that any given screen during a scroll was more than 50% ads. That's the general rule. And you should probably be more content than ads by better than half, but you have to play with that and assess your own risk level. But yeah, Chitika has been great over the years. It's always been my backup to AdSense. In AdSense, you can specify, if I don't have an ad to show Chitika, and I do that for certain, because then if you write an article on a regular mainstream site that for whatever reason contains a word that AdSense doesn't like, you'll get an ad from Chitika. So that's even just a way to make sure that you're not losing money when a piece of content is deemed unacceptable by AdSense.